Imagine 12 weeks from now, 3 months, this room will be full of new members waiting, anticipating to speak, and that so many want to be online to speak that we have to change the agenda to 3 speakers, and we have to even have speakathons because there's not enough slots for people to put in and sign in. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. How does this happen? There are many reasons why one club grows so fast, but one of the reasons, I believe, is mentorship. A club that has 10 mentored members is more powerful than a club with 50 confused members. That's why it's so important for us to value the Toastmasters way, that mentorship is not just something extra, but mentorship is everything. Today, I want to talk to you about 4 habits in mentoring. First, L, listen. Second, O, observe. Third, C, choose 1 or 2 advices. And 4, probably the most important, keep them encouraged. We can mentor a new member by listening to them. I remember about 8-9 months ago when I first joined one of the 4 Toastmasters at that time, because I didn't have a job. I did not know that I would get hired. It was in the summer. I went to this club. There was one member, Mr. H, who approached me from the very beginning, shake hands, got to know me, talk to me, chit chat, and then start asking me why I wanted to. And I start talking about my dreams to become a professional speaker. And he was listening to my every word. At that time, I did not know he was listening. But in the parking lot, I realized he was repeating what I said before the meeting. He was saying back what I said before the meeting. So I realized he was listening. And then during the club for my impromptu or the table topics in which I won that day, during the parking lot, he again asked about what I said during the table topics. He was listening. Now, whether he was my official mentor or title of a mentor or not, I see him as a valuable mentor because he listened to me. I spoke on the table topics about Vin Jiang, a Chinese Australian-born person who became very successful as a professional speaker. Vietnamese, but born in Australia, and came to America and become 75,000 a keynote speech, 40 minutes to an hour. And I said he was one of the prime examples, making me feel, if he could do it, probably I could do it. Maybe not 75,000, but 1,500 to start. And he was asking me about that. And in the next meeting, he was telling me how he learned so much from Vin Jiang. Look in his videos. And then he was telling the Toastmasters Club that there is something beyond Toastmasters to learn about communications that we can all learn from. So I realized he was listening. So I would say the first habit from my own personal experience as a new member, we can mentor a new member by listening to them. Second, we can mentor a new member by observing them. To me, mentorship is very similar to being an evaluator in the meeting. You are listening, you are observing, but mentorship is probably going beyond just that speech, but before the meeting, after the meeting, in between the meeting, it's that one-on-one conversation. So it's not just in a meeting setting where you are evaluating, but it's very similar. In my first speech, I didn't realize I was holding my hands on the podium. I thought I've been speaking a lot, speaking in church. I was in Toastmasters 30-something years ago. I was 4 years there, and I went pretty far. I thought I should feel comfortable speaking, but I realized when I got some feedback from some people, they observed me. I was holding my hand. I was nervous. So observing helps a lot. And then I have I have about 2 or 3 professional mentors in my career as a teacher. And they have observed me, again, how to work with kids. Sometimes I don't see that I have some blind spots. Like I was paying attention to this side, but I was not paying attention to this side. So I didn't realize some kids over there fooling around, throwing things because my eyes were focused on here. So again, an effective mentor observes. Third, for us to become an effective mentor, we need to choose 1 or 2 advices to give them. For most new members, they're not like me. You could machine gun me with 10 advices. You're pacing back and forth. You're too loud in the beginning. It was kind of incoherent in your transitions. There were a lot of ums and ahs and so's, and so on and so on. For a new member, that's like giving them 10 passwords where they cannot remember 1 or 2. So that's why we need to choose 1 or 2 for most new members. Finally, we can mentor a new member by encouraging them. To me, that is probably the most important. I remember some experiences where there's a mentor in my life where I was having a tough time managing a very difficult class, a 5th grade class. A lot of extremely difficult boys that would stand on top of tables, that would throw things, that would fight, that would swear. Very tough. So there's this mentor came in. She was very observative, but then she was machine gun me a lot of different things that I was doing wrong. And that was okay. I don't mind that. But what was really bad is the look, the tone, the way she talked to me, the tone, as if, Dr. Chi, you're hopeless. I can't help you. That kind of tone. I could never forget that. And I said to her, you mean to tell me that I have a EDD degree, a doctorate in educational leadership? I have a JD degree in laws. I'm willing to work hard, and I like working with kids, and I have taught for many years, that I'm hopeless? That means you're a lousy coach, you're a lousy mentor. And the reason for that is that she gave up hope on me. She discouraged me to the point where I was upset and verbalize it. Usually I don't do that. So that's probably the most important skill. Encourage them. Even if you feel otherwise, do not show it. But most of us everyone that joins Toastmasters, they have the gift of developing the skills because they have the will to come in to develop this very important skill of communications. They probably read somewhere that communication skills is one of the most important skills that anyone can have to increase the income, to, to be more confident, to excel in their job, to benefit society. So anyone that comes into Toastmasters, they probably already have that inner ability to improve in their speaking skills. So we just need to be there to observe and listen to them, to unlock who they are inside already and remove some of these barriers. Most important is lack of confidence in themselves, being scared talking in front of people. I've known many people that is tremendous teachers. No mistake, no ums and ahs, very smooth. But when they start talking to adults, they're scared to death. Ums and ahs and tongue twisted, just scared to death. So many people that walks in the door with Toastmasters, they already have all the abilities they have inside to be great communicators. So we don't want to discourage them. We want to encourage them. We want to remove everything so that their inner voice, the confident person, the confident voice, that ability to speak with conviction, to speak with confidence, can come forth. As simple as that. I realize when it comes to having a club to grow, it's not that much to get as many people to join as possible. Not that much about numbers. Not that much about doing this or doing that. The most important is we need to value the members that are already there. We need to empower the members already there. We need to mentor the people that's already there and reach out to them. When we focus on increasing the depth of each member that's there already, then that kind of depth will by itself causes others to start coming in. A club grows when mentorship flows. Can we all say that together? A club grows when mentorship flows. Now I'm going to say the first half and you're going to say the second half. A club grows when
mentorship flows.
Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you very much.